tutti e grazie per essere con noi oggi al webinar organizzato in collaborazione con Polymer Expert, partner di Solabia. Oggi approfondiremo le caratteristiche di Oleofilm Green, filmogeno naturale ideale per formulazioni long lasting come fondotinta, mascara, ombretti solari, e approfondiremo anche Oleoshine Green, film former ad effetto shine, perfetto per gloss, labbra, stick colorati, skincare, effetto glow. Abbiamo qui con noi in particolare Grégoire Aldebert, che illustrerà nel dettaglio queste due materie prime, analizzerà proprietà tecniche e dati di efficacia, le modalità di uso, le capacità dei due ingredienti per sviluppare formule stabili e anche conformi agli ultimi trend della green and high performance, con anche la presentazione di due esempi. Se avete domande sono quindi le benvenute, potete scriverle nell'apposita chat box che trovate in alto, potete anche scriverle in italiano e verranno poi approfondite al termine del webinar. Il webinar sarà registrato e riceverete quindi poi una mail al termine del webinar nei prossimi giorni con la presentazione mostrata oggi e un link anche per poter rivedere la registrazione. Ecco. Quindi grazie a tutti, benvenuti and Grégoire, thank you. You can start and share your presentation.
Okay, so nice to meet you all. My name is Greg. So everyone, I hope everyone can see the presentation. So my name is Greg. Okay, I'm Solabia export manager in charge of Italy. I'm here today to talk about film formers in makeup. Okay, so we are in collaboration here with Safic-Alcan, which is the distributor of Solabia group. Okay, functional ingredients, so Polymer Expert and Applechem in Italy. So the makeup segment is a fast-growing, okay, driven by performance and trends. Okay, so it's a huge market, 43.6 billion in 2024, with an annual growth approximately of 6.4%. We see that the big trends right now are on, for example, lips, okay, with a lot of radiance, but a lot also of anti-transfer. All right. If we look at the best, let's say the main stuff on the makeup, such as Vogue, Mintel, Cosmopolitan, Elle, etc., we see that radiance is part of the new trend right now. Okay, and everybody wants to glow, but also anti-transfer. Okay, so in makeup, we want more natural products. Okay, but it's a performance-driven segment. Okay, so we want performance first, but we have a desire of naturality. Okay, we want trendy finish with a long-lasting wear, but also smooth and comfortable feeling. All right, because everybody wants to feel well wearing their makeup, and we want non-sticky formulation. Okay, so natural film formers are numerous on the market, but they struggle to find a place in makeup products because they are less performant than synthetic ones. Okay, so for example, in 2020, 10% okay of the in refractive polymer origin, okay, 10% were natural, 90% were synthetic. In 2024, we see that the part of natural polymer is larger than in 2020. So it's now 17%. Okay, so we see that more and more part of the market are turning into natural because it's a trend and it's what the customer wants, but also there is a break because usually the natural are less performant than the synthetic. So Polymer Expert, okay, it's a new company that Solabia acquired, okay, last year. So they are pioneer of natural derived polymer, okay, and they have a lot of technical challenges, okay, and they offer efficient and natural ingredients. They won the most innovative polymer manufacturer in 2024, okay. They are Platinum EcoVadis, and they have a huge expertise in polymer. So now the Solabia Group proposes innovative and natural solutions adapted to the market. Today we're going to talk about Oleofilm Green and Oleoshine Green. Okay, two different kind of polymers. Both are 100% bio-based with a patented technology, and they are both efficient film former. On the left, for oleofilm, exceptional water resistance, superior anti-transfer, improves pigment dispersion and matte effect. And on the right, Oleoshine, superior glossy effect, great water resistance, comfortable film, and sensorial natural polymer. So we'll talk about these two big film formers and these two new film formers. Oleofilm Green, natural and performant film former. So 100% natural, Cosmos approved, patented polymer, China compliance. This film former has a matte finish, okay, silky and matte finish for a natural look. It has a strong adhesion and cohesion because this product has an ability to make firm contact without slipping, combined with ability of resist to shear. Okay, so strong adhesion and strong cohesion, very natural sensation on the skin. Sorry, film forming properties, so superior adhesion and hydrophobicity. Okay, so you will have water resistance and long-lasting wear effect. And the naturality, we are using green chemistry, so bio-based polymer, 100% natural. If we look at the anti-transfer properties, so you have a small video on the right that will show you the anti-transfer properties that we measured. So it's a bioskin, okay? So you see that we reproduce the skin activity with Oleofilm Green on the left, a formula containing Oleofilm Green on the left, and a formula without Oleofilm Green on the right. So we have an application. It's a standardized process, okay? So we want to apply the same quantity on both skin. Then we want to have a standard application, okay? Because the most important part is to have like the measure of the material. So we want to have same application, same quantity of the product, okay? And you see that the person using the products is reproducing the same, okay, gesture to apply it. So unification and standardized protocol. We let it dry for 5 minutes because it's important to measure the effect. You place a tissue, white tissue, with a specific weight for a specific time, okay, in order to measure the anti-transfer property. So here 2 kilo for 5 seconds. And then if you remove it, you will see the results on the tissue, okay? And you will see the anti-transfer properties. So oleofilm on the left, without on the right. This is why we measure that the Oleofilm Green has anti-transfer properties. Here, we want to measure the water resistance of sun care products because it's also a major part of the market. We compare the Oleofilm Green to VP Eicosen copolymer. So we see that compared to the VP Eicosen copolymer, which is the most common benchmark on the market with a petro-based, so it's a petro-based benchmark, we have the same results, okay? And if we look at the base without film former, they don't have any water resistant effect. So it means that our product, natural product, is comparable to a petro-based benchmark, okay? That is the most common on the market. We look at the pigment migration into fine lines and good application, okay? So we see that we have reference on the left, Oleofilm Green in the middle, and natural wax on the right. After 2 hours, okay, after application, you see the migration in reference and natural wax, but no migration, okay, with Oleofilm Green. So on top of the anti-transfer water resistance, you will have controlled pigment migration with this product. So it's a multifunctional product that you can apply for sunscreen, but also makeup, for example. Here, this is the formula that you received, okay? So it's the Hydra Boost Foundation SPF 30, so 98.9% natural. If you try this formula, okay, inside there is Apple Care PDS 300, okay, which is one of our ingredients, in charge of pigment dispersion. Okay, so that's why you have a very fluid formula with a good coverage. Okay, then we have G-Block DZ370 CCT, which is dispersion, okay, of zinc inside the formula. This is thanks to the dispersion that we have the SPF 30, okay, and then you have Oleofilm Green at 3%. So it's very interesting because at 3%, okay, the Oleofilm Green will have the ability to have the anti-transfer properties and the water resistant properties. And if you are using the product, okay, use the product, let it dry on the skin for something like 5 minutes, and try the anti-transfer. And you will see that the anti-transfer properties is impressive. And also you can try at the end of the presentation to apply water on the product, and you will measure the water resistance effect. Okay. Now, if we change to Oleoshine Green, okay, so this product is a 100% bio-based film former for a radiant shine. So in cosmetics, Gold Award, okay, in cosmetics Korea, Silver Award, and Gold Award in China. So this product has been launched in 2025, okay, at the beginning of the year, and it's a huge product, trendy product, very reliable and very interesting product on the market. We have a lot of customers that are trying it right now. So if we look at the main aspect of the product, gloss effect, okay, thanks to the high refractive index, we have a maximum brilliance, so we have a radiance finish. Viscosity, it's very interesting because this product creates a thick enveloping film, okay, for a rich, comfortable feel on the lips, for example. But this product brings a right viscosity, and it's very important for makeup, mainly for makeup, to have a good viscosity for a good application. Comfort, strong adhesion, enhances wearability, providing long-lasting hold and cushiony texture. It means that you won't feel the film former on the skin, okay, but you will feel a very comfortable formula, all right, because we don't want this to be sticky, we don't want this to be feel badly on the skin, we want this to be very comfortable. And as oleofilm, it's a natural film former because we are using green chemistry, okay, for carefully selected bio-based monomers. So it's a very reliable product and a natural solution for the makeup industry. Here, we measure the gloss effect. Okay, so it's important to measure the refractive index to be able to see if the product is glossy or not. Here we compare to polybutane, which is the synthetic benchmark, petro-based benchmark. Okay, so the polybutane is the most known product on the market to have the refractive index, okay, to have the shiny effect. So Oleoshine Green, and we have a natural benchmark. Okay, it's the natural solution that competitors are offering on the market. So we measure here the gloss effect. We see that Oleoshine Green is above 1.48 in terms of refractive index. It means that it can be considered as high gloss effect. And you see the picture without Oleoshine and with Oleoshine. Okay, and you see both. One without the shiny effect, very small shine, and the other one with the great gloss and shiny effect. Here, strong hydrophobicity. Okay, so we want to show the water resistance effect. Same benchmark, polybutane on the left, so synthetic benchmark, and on the right, natural benchmark. We measure the contact angle with water. You see down the slide the water drop on polybutane, water drop on Oleoshine, and water drop on different natural benchmark. And we see that right now, the Oleoshine has a strong hydrophobicity. Okay, so the contact angle is above 90 degrees. So it's considered as high hydrophobic product. So you have previous slide, radiant effect, glossy effect, now hydrophobicity. Here, low transfer. So Oleoshine Green has anti-transfer properties in foundation formula. Same as Oleofilm, okay? We have the anti-transfer effect. So we compare it to placebo, polybutane, Oleoshine Green, and dimer-dinyloleine, dimer-dinyloleate, okay, which is part of the natural benchmark. We see that the Oleoshine Green has a low transfer properties as polybutane, but we use the same process as for Oleofilm. Okay, so it's the same process, and it shows that the product has a low transfer capability. Here, rheological behavior. It's very important that to have a product with a high viscosity and a non-shear thinning profile to have generous payoff, and that the product stays on the lips. Okay, so the lips are constantly touching each other. Okay, or you are talking, you are drinking water, you are the lips are constantly touching something or each other's. So if you have a product that is sensitive to shearing, okay, it means that the viscosity of the product will drop, okay, and that the product will go away from the lips. Okay, it will like it won't have a great sensation on the lips first, and it will go away. So it's not the objective. We compare to the same benchmark. Okay, if we look at polybutane, polybutane is not bringing any viscosity to the product. Okay, it's not bringing anything interesting in terms of sensation. Okay, you will use polybutane, it means you will have the shiny effect, water resistance effect, but that's it. Okay, it's limited effect. Oleoshine Green bring a high viscosity, and we see that in the natural solution, we have some natural solution bringing also viscosity. But as soon as you apply shearing, the natural solution viscosity drops, and that's the important part, because we want the Oleoshine to stay on the lips, to stay in the formula. So we want that even if we shear the product, okay, even if you apply physical force, the viscosity stays the same. Okay, we don't want the viscosity to drop, and that's an important part. Okay, so it will maximize the payoff, and it will maximize the film thickness sensation to have something on the lips and the comfort. Here, if we look at the global sensory experience, okay, so it's a sensory evaluation, the film thickness coating, okay, Oleoshine is winning against polybutane and dimer-dinyloleate, dimer-dinyloleate. Okay, so we are winning the film thickness and coating effect. Shine gloss as good as polybutane, practically. Comfort and cushion, we are better than others because we are not sensitive to shearing. Okay. All adhesion, so the product stays on the lips, okay, and doesn't move because it's not sensitive to shearing and because it has a good affinity with the skin. Okay. So if we look at the grip, we have a very good grip with the product. Okay. So when you apply the product on the lips, you feel that you have something on the lips and something is staying on the lips. And the sticky after 5 minutes, we are not sticky, okay? We are not too sticky, but we have a little bit of stickiness, which is important to have something on the lips, okay? To feel it and to have a good, like, comfort. Then we have the sum up, okay, of what I said. If we look at polybutane, naturality, it's not good. Viscosity is not good. High precision also is not good. So it can be considered as microplastic. Okay, and the transparency in lip oil depends on the compatibility of polybutane with oils. Okay, the Oleoshine Green will bring naturality, glossiness, hydrophobicity, anti-transfer, sensory, viscosity, high precision, okay? So there is no monomers inside the polymers. It's only assembled monomers, so creating the polymer, but it means also that it's not microplastic, okay? We have the certification that it's not microplastic, and there is no monomers inside the final products. And in terms of odor, color, and taste, it's very good, okay? No odor, no color, no taste. And the transparency in lip oil is beautiful. And if we compare to the natural benchmark, some of the natural benchmark are interesting because they bring, for example, glossiness, or they bring hydrophobicity. But on other parts, usually it's not good because they can be considered as microplastic sometimes. They can be, they doesn't bring any viscosity to the product. They are not acceptable, etc. Okay, in terms of odor, color, or taste. So we are winning, okay, in terms like it's the best natural solution you can find on the market. You can use this product in lips, foundation, mascara, highlighter, and eyeshadow. Okay, so it means that it can be multifunctional, but as soon as you want to have a shiny effect, you can use this product and you can achieve this kind of shining and gliding picture. If we look at the formula, okay, you receive so the beautifying lip mask. So it's a rich velvety lip mask, okay, with nourishment and hydration. But also, if you look at the texture, it melts on the contact of the skin. Okay, so you can, the payoff is very good. Okay, and the application with the finger is very interesting. It changes and it's lasting on the lips, and it brings comfort without feeling sticky or heavy. Okay, so inside there are like 3 polymer expert ingredients. So Estrogel Green, Estrogel Max, that brings this very interesting touch and very interesting design. Okay, the naturality is more than 99%, so very important. Oleoshine Green at 30%, okay, which can be seen as high, but is not that high inside the formula like this. And also we have different kind of percentage starting at 2.5% to 30, 40, even 50% in some lip gloss or lip oil, for example. And inside you see that the formula is pretty simple. Let's say it's not a difficult formula, but the application is good. The shiny effect on the lips is very good. And the sensation on the lips is very interesting. So if we go back, okay, to compare both of the products, so both can be used at the same time because they are both interesting, but they are both different products. Okay, on the left with Oleoshine, process guideline used from 3 to 50%. Okay, at 3% you have some results, for example in BB cream, but at 50% the product can formulate a product by itself. Okay, you can just add oil, 50% of Oleoshine, some colors, and that's it. You introduce the Oleoshine Green is all phase, okay, and blend until homogeneous. The product is liquid, so it's cold and hot processable. So good point for this one. If we look at Oleofilm, 1 to 5%, okay, hot processable. You can incorporate it in the oily phase above the melting point, so above 75 degrees. The product looks like a white pellet, okay. And compatibility, it's compatible with oil from apolar to polar for Oleoshine, and compatible with most common cosmetic ingredients. So we didn't measure any incompatibility, okay, except for example for product like polybutane, as it's highly apolar, but it's not an oil. So usually you don't want to combine both in your formula. And for Oleofilm, we don't have any incompatibility, and it's compatible with a large amount of UV filter. okay, on the market. So either not like a physical UV filter or organic UV filter. And then Oleoshine, if we look at the inky name, hydrogenated castor oil dimer dienoleate. Okay, so you see that there is the to be confirmed because it's a new inky, okay, that we develop. So it's under the validation of the PCPC. We gave them our full file 4 weeks ago, and the notice is 6 weeks. So the inky will be validated in 2 weeks. Okay, it's a natural film former designed for high refractive index, which means gloss. Okay, and if we look at the inky of Oleofilm, hydrogenated castor oil sebacic acid copolymer, okay, and sustainable alternative to synthetic film former polymers. So on the left, Oleoshine for the shiny effect. On the right, Oleofilm for matte and natural effect. Oleofilm off-white pellets, Oleoshine clear viscous pourable liquid. Recommended dose 3 to 50%. The other one, Oleofilm 1 to 5%. Both are vegan, natural, patented process, China compliant. Okay, Oleofilm is Cosmos approved. Oleoshine is under the approval. We just need the go from the PCPC to fully apply for Cosmos. Okay. For the Oleoshine, it's the natural film former to achieve unique shine with no compromise on sensory and performance. And for Oleofilm, it's the best in class for bio-based film former to finally have a real alternative to synthetic film formers. Okay, so both are natural, both are making no compromise on performance, on sensoriality, okay, and both are for the first time a real natural alternative on the market, okay, and they both bring very interesting aspects to the formula in terms of texture, in terms of sensation on the skin, okay, and it's the first time that we have this kind of material on the market. Okay, and that's why also, for example, for Oleoshine, the inky name is still under confirmation because it's a new kind of product. Okay, it's a new product, it's a new kind of polymer, so that's why it takes longer than expected. But we should have the positive answer within 2 weeks. Okay, so that's it. Okay, for me. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Okay, and yeah, it was a pleasure to introduce you these two new raw materials.
Thank you, Grégoire, for your complete and clear presentation. I think we can pass to the last part of the webinar, the Q&A. We received some questions from the customer. The one is why the inchi between Safic-Alcan Green and Oleofilm is the same.
So it's the same inky because we have a big knowledge of the monomers. Okay, so we have monomers in stock at Polymer Expert. And the inky is based on the monomers. So depending on the assembling of the monomers, you can create different kind of product. So two polymers can have the same inky name, but it doesn't mean that the two polymers are composed by the same part of monomers. Okay, so it's not because you have the same inky that the combination is the same. So it means that it will have different results on the skin. One will be a film former, the other one will be gelling agent for oil, for example. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
So we have also another question. It's about Oleoshine and whether it has different applications and if it can use in hair care products.
Yeah, so Oleoshine has different application in makeup. Okay, so far, as soon as you want a shiny effect, glowing effect, we have like demonstrated that it has an application possible. Okay, but now we want to explore other parts, okay, of this. And we want to see if this product can work on hair fiber, because it has the same, let's say, effect that other film former for hair fibers, okay, for the shiny effect. So it's ongoing. We started already to work on it, but we will launch some stuff in 2026, okay, on the hair fiber, because we are 99% sure that it will work on hair fiber as good as it works on the skin.
Okay, thank you, Grégoire. And we also received one question. Does Oleofilm bring viscosity to the formulas?
So yes, slightly. It brings slightly of viscosity, but you can achieve to have a sprayable product. Okay, so it's not because it brings viscosity that you won't have a fluid and sprayable formula. Okay, so don't worry, you can use it in, for example, spray. Okay, to go to the beach with a UV filter inside, it won't have any bad effect on this.
Okay, and compared to these references during the test?
So I didn't catch the beginning of the question, but I assume it's on the natural and synthetic benchmark for Oleoshine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we compare Oleoshine to the synthetic benchmark, okay, which is polybutane, which is the most known ingredient on the market, but also with the natural benchmark. So it's natural alternative on the market, and we wanted to show that compared to what's used now, we have better results, okay? And we have, like, if we look at what customers need to formulate a good formula, we have a good alternative, and even on the most common ingredients on the market, natural or benchmark, because we always want to compare our product to what's the best on the market, and we don't want to look down. We want to look up to show the customers that Polymer Expert has very interesting ingredients, and they have a high knowledge of polymers, and that's why they are able to give us the ability to sell this kind of product on the market, and that the customer can use it.
Okay. Direi che per la sessione di oggi abbiamo finito. Le ulteriori domande che purtroppo al momento non abbiamo tempo di approfondire, ma comunque vi ricordo che nei prossimi giorni tutti riceverete una mail di follow up con la registrazione di questo webinar, con la presentazione e approfondimenti appunto relativi eventualmente alle domande che abbiamo ricevuto durante il webinar. Intanto vi ringrazio di aver partecipato e del vostro interesse, e alla prossima sessione. Thank you, Grégoire, and
thank you.
Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.